Hello everyone. In our previous video session, we learned to remove and dismantle the components of the torsion bar, assemble the torsion bar and fit it on the vehicle, remove the coil spring. In continuation, in this video session, we are going to learn to assemble the coil spring, remove the shackles, inspect the shackles, remove the leaf spring, inspect and replace worn out parts, assemble the leaf spring and refit the leaf spring. Let us collect the tools, accessories, machines and material required to do this. Trainee's toolkit 1, jack 1, hammer or sludge 1, vehicle 1, leaf spring as required, shackle as required, cotton waste as required, grease as required, oil as required and rubber bushes as required. Assemble the coil spring. Fix the lower arm with a bush and nut. Fix the upper arm with a bush and nut. Insert the coil spring and shock absorber on the lower arm. Put a jack under the lower arm and raise the jack. Align the arms and insert the inner shaft with a washer and tighten the nuts. Connect the upper ball joint and the lower ball joint along with the spindle and tighten it. Fix the shock absorber nut on the top and tighten it. Fix the gasket. Fix the brake assembly on the spindle and tighten the bolts. Insert the inner bearing along with the grease retainer. Fix the brake drums. Insert the outer bearing with a washer. Tighten the adjusting nut and adjust the bearing plate. Fix the spindle castle nut and tighten the same. Fix the cotter pin and grease cup. Take out the jack under the lower arm. Fix the wheel and tighten the wheel nuts by hand. Jack up the vehicle and take out the hoses from the chassis. Release the jack. Tighten the wheel nuts as per the specified torque. Remove the chock from the rear wheels. Remove shackles. Chock the wheels and raise the vehicle with a screw jack. Place a horse support under the frame so that the leaf spring will be free from load. Remove the draw bolt. Remove the grease nipples. Drive out the shackle with a puller. Remove the shackle. Replace the bush if necessary. Inspect the shackle. Clear all the parts with kerosene, high pressure water and air. Replace the shackle pin bushes. Replace the worn out parts if necessary. Align the holes of the spring bush and the shackle. Bracket with a rod. Do not use your finger to align the hole. Assemble shackles. Fit the shackle with the shackle pin in the spring eye. Replace the assembly if worn out. Fit the shackle with a hanger lock on the frame. Tighten the draw bolt. Fit the grease nipple and grease it. Lift the vehicle and remove the horse. Press the body of the vehicle and check for proper functioning of the shackle. Remove the leaf spring. Chock the wheels. Jack up the frame and lift the vehicle just enough for the wheels to clear the ground. Place a horse to support the frame and take out the jack. Disconnect the shock absorber if provided. Remove the clamp bolt from the shackle. Remove the spring fixing bolts and nuts and pads. Put the jack to support the axles. Remove the grease nipples. Remove the shackle pins with the help of special tools. Remove the leaf spring assembly from the axle. Inspection and replacement of worn out parts. Put the spring in a press and measure the pre-camber. Apply full load and observe the camber. This will be the negative camber. Set the spring eyes at a higher plane on the press. Measure the distance between the spring center and the base plate. Any deflection load as per the specification. Apply deflection load as per the specification. Again, measure the distance between the spring center and the base plate. Calculate the deflection of the spring, that is, the difference between two readings. If the deflection is not as per recommendation, hold the spring in a vise firmly and remove the nuts and bolts from the spring clamp and release the vise slowly. Then separate the spring leaf. Inspect each spring leaf for crack or damage. Clean the spring leaf with thin oil. Apply graphite oil and observe the crack. Replace the damaged leaf. Coat each leaf with graphite oil or grease containing 10% graphite. Assembling of the leaf spring. Assemble the springs. Press new bushes into the front spring eyes and fix in position. Straighten the clips if distorted. Check parallelism of the spring. Reject if the first leaf is not parallel. Finally, fit the clips and tighten up the nuts. Refitting of the leaf spring. Place the spring perfectly on the spring saddle provided on the axles. Drive in the shackle pin after aligning the spring eye into the hanger bracket using a hammer. Do not use fingers for aligning the spring leaf holes. Fix and tighten the clamp bolts of the spring shackle and spring brackets. Fix the pads and tighten the U-clamp bolt and nut slightly using the special tool. Release the jack. Finally, tighten the nuts of the clamp bolt or U-bolt nuts to the recommended torque. Fit the grease nipple and lubricate. At the time of assembling, use special levers for tightening the U-bolt clamps. In this video, we have discussed how to assemble the coil spring, remove the shackles, inspect the shackles, remove the leaf spring, inspect and replace worn out parts, assemble the leaf spring and refit the leaf spring. Hope you have a clear understanding of this session. Thank you all and see you in the next video.